Hello, welcome back. I have been gone for quite a while. Um, in this stream, I'm going to be playing a little bit of Tennis Manager 2021. Not going to be a very long stream. This is more just a chance for me to talk with you guys about what I've been up to, what I plan on doing, while I try this game out a little bit again. This game I received through Press Engine in order to write a review for. I received it back in the fall, right before my holiday hours hit me. And so I really need to get around to writing this review. So that's what I will be doing for the next at least couple of days. You see me streaming, you'll be playing this in order to get familiar with the game. But yeah, so I will be back around now. What I've been up to up until about a month ago was the holiday season at work. I was working somewhere around 60 to 70 hours every week. Still short-staffed, even though the workload is cut back. Still working somewhere between 50 and 60 hours a week right now. So I'm not back to what I would consider more reasonable workload. So you're not going to get a set schedule from me. Not going to guarantee certain times for streaming. This is what it's going to be for the foreseeable future. I'll stream whenever I have time, and however long I feel like it. It's going to be exclusively content of indie games that I am reviewing for our website, thedopeykids.com. That is my primary focus. That is my second job. My goal is to work with our small team on building up that website, and with the long-term goal of hopefully being able to retire early and live off of the income from running the website. That's going to take a long time to do. And so for now, streaming, I'll be playing indie games as long as I'm able to. Sometimes I will get keys for indie games that are under embargo still. And those ones I will not be streaming until that embargo ends. So there'll be times where you might not see me for a little bit. I'll still be working, playing those games. I just can't stream them. But yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on with me. What I'm gonna be doing for a while here. Hopefully you guys understand and enjoy it. Come please have a discussion with me about it. Hopefully you enjoy hanging out and talking about these games as I play them. The first thing I'm going to talk about with Task Manager here, just loading into it, there's no music. Why is there no music? Go into the settings, you go to audio, literally the only sound setting is match sound. Now, this is an indie game, so it's not going to have a AAA budget. We always got to keep that in mind when we're discussing games. But the idea behind the naming scheme of it being Tennis Manager 2021, my assumption and understanding is that their goal is to have this be a franchise and that they will come out with either iterations or versions of it in the future, much like the larger sports franchise games out there. But one of the basic things is getting music in your game. Give some people something to listen to while they're playing. Now there is sounds, it looks like, if I recall, during the matches. Yeah, the sounds during the matches. I had a play file through. I've actually played quite a ways through it before. So while I'm playing, I'm going to discuss with you guys what I can recall from when I played it in the fall. The game has been updated since then, so we'll see what's new and try and get quite a ways into this game where I feel comfortable talking about it in a written review. So when going into it, it is a game that does have modding available from the start. I haven't played around with any mods. I don't plan to, since I am reviewing the game itself. I'm going to leave the tutorials on because I'm not going to pretend that I remember everything and auto saves. So we're into character creation. Probably the closest looking to me. There, it just goes from young to seniors to veterans. Now, something about the starting of this game that was not clear to me the first time I played it. I had to actually watch playthrough of somebody else to understand this, is that when you first start, the default setting is to make your character as weak at like the lowest level, but all it takes is doing that to put it at the highest level, just to drop down to select what how good your character is. There's not really a negative or a positive or anything like that. For this being a campaign style game, doesn't feel like earned anything by just going up to highest experience. So I'll go for now with this one for like, I don't know, it goes up to 9, right? So we'll do like 5 out of 9. Or just 4 out of 9. Just hardened experience. I am not a doctor. Alright. Now, again, same thing here. You can create your own academy, or you can pick one from the list provided. These are all, as far as I understand, real-world tennis academies. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it defaults you to the very best one, which is kind of weird because it defaults your character to the lowest level, and it defaults the academy that you start with to the highest level. I'll just go with the highest level, just get the default experience here. Launch career. Sure. Navigation menus. Interface. Alright. Emails. Alright. The following players are under contract with our academy. 41 ranked is our key player. A previous top 5 injuries did spare him last month. We hope you'll help him get back on track. Close to the top 10 and more titles on the circuit. Walson, 9th in league, important player in the academy. She never made the tournaments. She plays tennis very well. We're counting you to help her improve mentally. I like how this one's just 118th ranked. Yeah, we don't care about him. We're not even going to talk about him. These two are under promising player contracts. These are our little gems already playing on pro circuit. They represent the future of our academy. He's still on the junior circuit. He has great prospects for his future. We got like 6 or 7 players already signed at this tennis academy. Must manage all these players and achieve minimum objectives that have been set in their contracts, or they will leave the academy. You have access to formidable tools in terms of infrastructure thanks to the multi-sport development of the academy, top-level business center, generates revenue, finance our future investments. The staff in place are some of the best in the world. They look forward to meeting. So I can look at the academy staff. These are the coaches and trainers, and the physios and support staff. Now, this game does a great job of breaking down the attributes of players, their level of potential. The stats within this game are where it shines. But the actual career or story to this game, the thing it's lacking is there's not really a story to this game. Yeah, ambitious, hothead, charismatic. Alright, this is what I was looking for. Yeah, so we have 6 players, and the goal is to get them all taken care of. To assign coaching based off of that. Oof, that's not good. Technical training, there's not a lot of great options there. Also, this probably isn't a great game to go too in depth in while I'm tired. What I would want to look at with these characters is I'd want to look at and see, like, okay, this person's pretty good on their physical attributes. So this person I could give a trainer who is lower on the scale of training and physical attributes while focusing on higher. So in her case, I'd want to do like higher mental or higher technical. Probably higher mental would be best for this one. So Heather, I'd want tactical and mental training. I'd want to give her a good tactical and mental coach. And then I could go lower on the other ones and save them for other positions. It's good medical care. So this one, oh, so he needs the physical. He needs the physical trainer. You need basically everything, but we can really get your technical up. Get your physical up too. So there's only left, so we're going at least third best or fourth best. So we're using that coach. You need technical and mental. And this new up and comer needs basically training in everything. So let's go ahead and give them the best of everything I can. Why are these ones going? Not quite sure. I think we fixed most of them. Cool. I'm gonna focus with the main player. Got coaching staff properly on everybody else. Okay, so it's because they're also their coach. Alright, continue. Haven't gotten any information yet on what we're required to do. Continue. Alright, so here's our academy objectives for the upcoming season. Make this happen. So, main importance is reach 70% completion of the minimum objectives for each player on the team. Reach a financial balance of at least 4,800,000 at the end of the season. Currently have 6 million. So as long as I don't spend too much money, we'll be fine. Recruit only players with a different status than secondary player. Status respected. Have at least 50% of players with a level of 3.5 stars or higher. 60% right now. Have at least 50% women on the team. Okay. So at some point I will... Sorry, it's removing a bot from chat. Add at least one female to the team, possibly two. Our objectives now. So these are all the tournaments that happen throughout the season. Now, I'm not super, I'll admit, into tennis. So I'm not as familiar with the fact that there's this many tournaments within a single year. However, I do know a lot of the bigger ones, like the Wimbledon, some of the other major tournaments around the world that happen. But likely what I will do is do automatic registrations, yeah. So what it will do is the game will just automatically register my players for the tournaments that they can qualify for at the highest level. And from this point forward, the game's basically automated. Like, there's some decisions I can make as far as the academy and how it spends its funding on infrastructure here. So, like, I can change these things or upgrade things. Like, I could spend $1.5 million here to build a hotel, get more revenue per month. But other than that, not too much that I could really do in the game unless I choose to take control of those things. I'll show you what I mean when we get to the first tournament. Let's go to a press conference. So here's my first press conference. Now, something I really don't care for that I found with this game the first time I played it was that a lot of the choices you make in press conferences, you don't really get good feedback on how well things went or how badly, or you don't get good response from the game. What I mean by that is you'll have after match interviews, and I have no actual interaction with my players other like chatting interactions other than during those interviews. And so I could try my best to answer questions based off of how I think my player might feel, but a lot of the times I'll end up with like widely unexpected responses from them to those actions. But we'll see how this goes. Renault, you've just arrived in Miami. Have you been here before, or is this your first time? It's a great region to live in. I've always hoped to come here someday. The only thing I've heard about this region is that it has a deep well of talented players. Which player that I appreciate a lot. You work for the region's tourism office or what? Joining a prestigious academy, you feel you're up for the challenge, applied for the position, they took me on, at what point I not be up for it? John McCure chose me over the other candidates who applied, which is a big honor to me. Some would say the ball is in my court. I'm trying to prove that I am. Let's meet back here soon to talk about the Academy's results, alright? What is your goal in coming here? Home trophies. To fill my pockets and skedaddle. No, don't write that down, will you? I do like some of these responses. Some are quite enjoyable. I'll push the Academy to new heights. I don't necessarily want more players because I want to be able to work with everyone. Quality, not quantity. Our financial backing. This balance will allow us to grow smooth. Home them trophies. Just play in the Academy. Let you train them personally. Academy. We're going to play partly for together. Alright. Continue. Here we go. Happy to work with you, coach. The player says, so I'm pretty glad you'll be my coach next season. I've done you've been impressed and achieved my goals. Here are the minimum results I want to achieve with you. So these are what I have to meet in order to succeed with my season. You want to reach these rankings within the tournaments. Each rank 39 overall from, I think, 41's his current rank. So that's not too bad. He just needs to move up. Grand Slam needs to reach the round of 32. Masters 1000 reach the round of 16. Masters 500. 250 reach quarterfinals. Rest he doesn't care about. Cup up next week when I get back from vacation. Alright, board of directors thought I was fantastic in the interview. Should assign your staff to players. This is where it's telling me I should do this, but I've already done it. So continue. Alright, here comes the tournament registrations. They're automated. So for the player I'm specifically coaching, here's the tournaments he's going to be in for the next 12 weeks. Got the MTL Masters, Oceania, Door, Hardcourt, Clay, Hardcourt. So it's the Hardcourt season. There's in 4 weeks, and we'll go from week 1 to week 13. Tournaments will be on Hardcourt. Something to know is that players have courts that they're technically better on. There's certain times of the seasons where you can expect them to not be quite as good. Like you see right here on surfaces, his win rate on hard courts slightly less than his win rate on clay courts. So technically during the clay court season, he'll actually perform better than what we expect him to in this first season. Alright, so here is where you get to choose the training sessions. Now, once again, this can all be automated, or you can try and personalize it once you learn more about the game. Customize the training sessions by changing what kind of workout you want to do and focus on certain things. If you're looking to level up certain attributes of the character or of your team. So for now, I'm just going to leave it on automated. It's on auto select. Save the program if I want to. This program is for technique. Does he actually need technique focus? So with his, he's got good technical. So yeah, he could use technique focus. My headset actually cut out because of the lack of music in this game. there's no game sound. So, yeah. So weekly report. Training at the academy. His ranking's gone up 9 to 32. Physical conditions fresh, morale fair, and he's in good shape. All of our players went up except for this one went down to 6. Okay, so that's saying that's already at level 8. I wonder what level 9 is going to be. I'm going to do it. Upgrade. This is an extra almost 200,000 per month. Considering that it's at tier 8, just to get to 400,000, that's another third. It's 50% more profit. Does building of stadium for exhibitions shows. Alright, next training session this week. Stats. 2 moved. Now I'm basically just moving forward until I reach his first tournament. Well, these two are in top form now. They're going to the Qatar Open. This one's going to the Spain Open. Both of them lost. Not great. Earned quite a bit of money. First round qualifier. I mean, I don't think they did great then. Got knocked out that early. Happening tomorrow, you'll receive questions about the start of the upcoming season. Lovely. Press conference. Do you feel like your players are ready for the upcoming seasons? Main priority at the start of the seasons. Did you develop a specific program for him this season? Got here. Computer what? Counter programming versus the Super Bowl. This is a bold move. Oh. I know, the Super Bowl's going on right now. I honestly don't really care though. And yes, I'm streaming, but I mostly did this so that there's a video out there. How you doing? Players into the academy, or is it now complete? I guess there should probably be scouting then, huh? Search for players. And add a valuable players. Add some filters. The only reason I'm adding the filter that they need to be a woman is because a minimum requirement of it being a woman. So that we have 50% of our players being female for this season. Rest doesn't really matter that much. Let's look at experience level. Let's look for some solid players at least. Promising. Evaluate them. Good. Honestly, haven't watched the Super Bowl in several years. I am a huge LSU fan. I'm all in for Uber. Okay. Got some players that moved up from LSU that are in the Super Bowl now. That's still cool to support people that have gone on there. Up to the NFL and are now playing in it. Yeah, I haven't actually like sat down and watched it a couple of years now. Tonight's gonna be no. All right, press conference coming up on the first tournament. We got the Open Maharashtra. 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 Okay. In top form, happy and in good shape. Some of my players moved up in rankings. Hey, Junior League up from 38 or up to rank 38. 2 ranks. Successful conference. Nice. Negotiate contracts with equipment brands for our players. I'm sure to inform you about how negotiations are going with players and staff. All right, cool. Continue. This week's weekly update is very important since the race rankings link the finals of each circuit have a new start with the resetting of the counters. Also noteworthy is the release of the JTL boys and girls circuits for the 2002 generation of players. These players will now only play on the MTL or WTL circuits. I want to warn you that Martinez plans to leave the academy and retire at the end of the season. Oh, he's 60 years old. Alright, he's a physio, monthly salary 6,600. We'll have to remember to replace this physio. Playing some Dying Light lately. Play the first. Die more from falling off buildings than from zombies. Parkour, man. How you suck at it? The game that game definitely interested me. From the trailers and stuff. I never had played the first one either, but I think even like a year ago or so, when they first like started displaying Dying Light 2, it looked pretty good. But maybe one we have to look into. I don't think Techland by any other major ones. I'll have to do search on them. Yeah, Techland's a private company. AAA. Polish video game developer and publisher. Game is 95% parkour. Hey, as long as the parkour mechanic is better than Assassin's Creed games, then I might still like it. But if it's about the same quality as the Assassin's Creed games, then I probably wouldn't. Let me put it this way: Assassin's Creed Black Pearl, not Black. What am I saying? Black Flag. Um, clearly I'm. But Assassin's Creed Black Flag was a great game, except for the Assassin's Creed part of the game. uh. All right, play the match. Time for the first tournament. We are right here. Rank 32 against rank 190. You had to qualify for it. If we lose this matchup, I will be pissed. So far, we've seen that the 15 beat the 103. It's looking like, yeah, all the higher ranks are beating the lower ranks so far. There's been no ups. Oh, wait, first upset right here. Oh, another upset here. It's not a good sign. Alright, so there were no upsets until these two guys. Never played Assassin's Creed. How does this game stack up? Mario Tennis? It's not even comparable, honestly. This game is basically okay. Think about any other sports manager game. I don't know if you've ever played a sports management game, but this one I would say is the first step of building a franchise, where this game is basically them just building the back end, and then they released it as a game, and they still haven't built up the front end fully. So like it's got all the stats, it's got, all the number crunching going on behind the scenes. You do get some limited choices. So looking into the pre-match report, I a little bit of information about the opponent. I can try and game plan around it. So this is the person I'm up against. Here's their stats. Okay. Yeah. I won't be playing very many of these. This is just one that I wanted to do a review of. Hadn't played one in a while. I used to play a lot of football manager games. Like NFL can't even remember it wasn't the John Madden ones, but some of the older ones. I used to play a lot of football man, baseball ones too, back when I used to sports. But that was a while ago. Damn, Snoop Dogg for the halftime show. That's pretty awesome. Alright, so my opponent, Thomas Malkak, is in good form. Tokyo, will you stop it? His win rate on indoor is 100%, but he's only played the 2 matches for the qualifier. He still has not advanced beyond round 32 of this tournament category. He plays most of the time as an aggressive baseliner, a player who likes to be in control and dictate play. He's powerful strokes to move opponents around the court and aggressively go for winners from the back. Could switch his game plan to deviation play or even defensive baseline play. I really hate this right here. The opponent's analysis. It gives you an idea of what they are known for doing, but then it just tells you, but he could switch it up and just do either of the other options. His strengths are natural fitness and focus. His weaknesses are spins and volleys. I think he'll be an easy match, but he's in better form? How is he in better form? He's just in good form. My guy's supposed to be like in top form. Bit. Has to keep his cool and put pressure on his opponent. He should target his opponent's backhand. So you got game plans that you can pick. These ones like the primary focused ones, and these being the others that you can play around with. I'm gonna go with deviation play. Serve low, turn high. Alright. I can either like try and coach through the match, or I can just simulate the match. Let's get a simulate this one. And I won. Quite handedly too. 6-3 and 6-3. Took him down in 2 sets. Won this first match of the tournament. I won almost every time I served. That's where I really took the advantage. First serve points 1%, second serve 67. Continue. This player very poorly. That new. Okay. Second round of the tournament now. We're up against the wild card. I know this is a dumb question. I hope it doesn't. Actually, yes, I actually did. I have actually played almost every sport when I was growing up. I played soccer for about 2 seasons. I played hockey for about 3 years. I played tennis when I was in high school. I played racquetball for about 2 years. I did swimming for about 6 years. I played almost 20 seasons worth of baseball. Pretty much the only sport I didn't play was football. Always safe. No. That's one of the things that I think they could do a better job with in this game. So, as a manager, you are literally playing the role of a coach in this game. And all you're doing is you're trying to train the players. So there'll be weeks in between tournaments where you can pick their training regiments, and you're just trying to get their attributes up and to win tournaments, and basically you're just trying to meet certain requirements to improve your academy. So you don't directly control serves or swings, but you get to control how the player does it in a way. So we'll go this match. We'll do the locker room. I'll show you what the actual matches look like. And it's out. Honestly, it's like probably the most enjoyable part of this game is watching the matches. Alright, so he's determined. Now this is the part of the game that I absolutely hate though. Pre-match and post-match talks with the player. Because I have no idea what any of these options are going to do to his mental state. Because a lot of them just are very vague statements for me to make. I mean, come on, now is your time to shine. Enjoy. Keep up the good work. A new victory awaits you. Keep focused. You should already be in your match. All matches are important. Each win is worth it. Okay, which one am I supposed to pick? And it's just like he remains without a reaction. It's like, alright, so that doesn't tell me anything. So I don't know what I just did to the player. That pre-game chat right there.
Time. First set.
So here is the match. So here is the actual gameplay of the game. Alright? It's the simulated matches. Which these are actually quite well done. What you can do is you can adjust the intensity levels of what your player is going to do while they're playing. This is their physical fatigue level, mental state. These are the tactical instructions. So I don't hit the ball or serve it myself, but I can tell the player, here's the game plans. These are the positions. Like, I can give them specifics on where I want them to ball. I can change the once you get into the details of it, you really micromanage your player. So for now, I'm not gonna. I've messed around with these systems and really micromanaged players in matches before, and it does have an effect once you figure out how things affect the player. That would actually be pretty cool. They did that. The Punch Out game. But yeah, so you can really micromanage the players with your coaching. To pretty much have them play a specific way based off of how the opponent's playing and everything. And you can really see like how it looks.
15 low. Low.
Hey, we got him.
Fold. Second service. Out. 40 low. Game. First game.
All right, so first set, and we are up 1 point. And so a lot of it was just getting it across to him on the serves. He really is not doing great on returns. So I could honestly play with that then, seeing that information. I could tell him do more attacking plays. Now, this plays a lot with angles and risk. So if I do this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to intentionally do that. Now he's going to be doing those attacking plays. You're going to see my player get more aggressive However, he can also make more mistakes. But when he doesn't make mistakes, I could be a lot more successful where the other player's having issues with returning the ball. So let's see how that works out in this next set.
Love 15. Fault, second service. Love 30. Fault, second service. 15-30. 30 all. Fault, second service. 40-30.
Alright, so as you can see, that's not working out so well. I've now fallen behind. So I'd be better off doing powerful baseline plays, probably.
Game. One game all.
That is something that frustrates me with the simulation. The games overall look great, but there's a lot of times where the ball will land like right near the player. The player just won't move over, hit the ball, and you'll see it just bounce right past them. What you would think would be an easy reach over and hit for them. Sometimes it just doesn't happen.
Love 15. 15-0. Fault, second service. Out, 30-15. Out, 40-15. Fault, second service.
Tokyo, get the hell down from there. Serve looked out of sync. Yeah.
40-30. Fault, second service. Game. 2 games to 1.
There we go. So now I'm up 2-1 in this set. So let's see if we can try something different now. Let's try big serve and attack. This is one I've tried out before. So what this one is, not my set to serve. So we'll see how this works as far as that goes. Actually, not my set to return. So let's say approach the net as soon as often as possible. I like this one too. Serve and volley play. This is what it does is your character will push the net.
Out, love 15. 15-0.
Oh, that was a nice serve, right on the line.
Fault, second service. 15-30. Fault, second service. 30 all. Thirty, 40. Deuce. Fold, second service.
Oh,
Advantage.
come on.
Game. 2 games.
Alright, so he didn't do good there with the serve and volley. Like, any of these that have the red dots, they're game plans that they aren't very good at as much as these ones. But I still like to play around with them just so I can make. Tokyo's been good. He's been just as much of a pain in the ass as always. There was a week there where we did have a scare with her last month where one of her eyes swelled up and she was like just leaking tears from her eyes. Took her to the vet. He gave us some eye drops for her. They gave her a shot for it. But after a few days, it was cleared up and she was fine again. Been good ever since. Big pain in my butt, but I love her. See how this goes with the big serve.
Fault. Second service. 15 love. 30 love.
Oh yes, this is good.
Fault. Second service. Out. 30, 15. Fault. Second service. 40, 15.
Got him. Alright. Big serve and attack worked quite well. Gotta go ahead with deviation play for the returning set.
Love 15. Love 30. 4. Second service.
Ooh,
15, 30.
you got me good there.
30 all.
Ah,
30, 40.
it slammed, buddy.
Fold. Second service.
Oof.
Game.
Got him.
Games 2-2.
Alright, so what happened there with the deviation play? You would have seen my player was constantly trying to always hit it to the off to the sides. Get their player to have to run back and forth as much as possible. And as I mentioned, game seems to have issues sometimes with getting the players over in response to hit of the ball. So this tends to be a pretty successful play. Stick with that for now.
$15 love. 30 love. 30, 15. Out. 40, 15. Game. 5 games to 2.
Alright, let's see if we can
service.
win this set.
$15 love. 40 love. 40 love. Game and first set.
Got him. Alright, so that's the first set. Good stats. To do more on his opponent's second serves. So I'm gonna turn these up a while. Still has plenty of physical left.
Second set.
On to the second set.
30. Advantage. Advantage. 30. Advantage. Advantage. Advantage.
Come on.
40.
There we go. Go. Down. 5% defensive zone efficiency. 111 backhand. Why is that down? It's a lot to do with the zone efficiency. Look into that. That was probably just because of the way I was playing around with the game plan. Alright. Second match of the tournament, doing good. It's presumptuous. Again, did not seem to react to my speech. Okay. Talks are very helpful. Okay, so this player reached round of 16. Got 1,440 them. Still have a couple of scouts. I'm not gonna bother scouting though right now. I'm just gonna coach. I'm getting married. Okay, players getting married. All right, that should have him in a pretty good mood. This tournament, quarterfinals now. We've had a pretty easy run so far. We are the second highest ranked still in the tournament. We've got this guy, David Goffin, higher ranked player. Only higher ranked player in the tournament. He's already through semis. Should be able to. We should be able to reach the finals then. Got rank 162, 219, 77. We got left up for the matches. Just going to match. Simulate. Beautiful. Easy win. Not even close. Semifinal. Another easy one. It'll be an easy match. Let's just keep doing line play. Sure. Late. Not as easy a match. We did set. Took them out. And on to the final. Higher ranked player. It's a machine baseliner, player without a big weapon that relentlessly hits the ball with pace, causing their opponents to back and forth, side to side of the court. The other. They don't seem to miss, they don't seem to tire. Lies you with their stamina. Good switches game to counterattack based play. Strengths are tactical skills, reflexes, and anticipation. Kicker's side kai is intensity to his chances of breaking. So, what I'm gonna want to do here is make him. I want to lob the ball, basically. I want to serve high, and then when he hits it to me, I want to lob it because I need to make him come to the net. What this is telling me, not comfortable at the net. So returns, I want low intensity returns, high intensity serves. Point up. Alright, let's pick a random one again. How did I make him less enthusiastic with that choice? I don't understand this mechanic. Playing conditions are good, the public is here, enjoy yourself. Why does that make him less enthusiastic?
Time. First set.
Alright, so intensity levels serve high. What I'd like to do is on the rally. The idea is that we want to go with, I don't want to approach, I want him. Trying to remember one bring to the net. Here's top spin. I don't want Persian. I don't want a top spin. Alright. Drop. Yeah, I think I want high risk the line and thing. This is where I'd have to play around with it more. Really know what I'm doing here. I'm thinking I want low power hits to bring him to the net. Let's do chop, low, low, wrong foot. Find a million different goals. Yeah, yeah. I mean, once you figure out how it affects your play, it should be pretty easy to get in the right one. So let's see what this does, because I'm pretty sure what I did should make it so that my guy, when he's hitting it, will low hit it basically right in front of the net, and this player is going to have to come forward to return it. That's what I'm aiming for, is to try and pull him to the net, because that's apparently when he's least comfortable.
Out. 15 low. 4. Second service.
Nah, it's not quite having that effect. Let's see here. Normal situation. Top low low. Let's just put all of them. Top low center. Low. Go. Top low. Yeah. Told them everything to just chop it low.
Out, 30 low. Fold, second service. Out, 40 low.
And the result is my guy's just hitting it out constantly now. Maybe this is what I need, is the return section, not the rally. Yeah, this is what I needed. Because I need to change the depths to short. Alright, let's try that out.
Game. First game. Out, love 15. Out, 15-0. Out, 15-30.
There we go, now he's bringing them forward.
Out, 30-0.
That worked.
Fold, second service. Out, 40-30. Out, deuce. Out, advantage. Fold, second service.
Come on, bring him forward. There you go. Yes!
Fold, second service.
Yes!
Love 15.
Beautiful.
15-0. Fold, second service.
Ah,
30-15. Fold, second service.
oh,
40,
come
15.
on. Now you're failing at it. He
2 games to 1.
he just outplayed there.
Out, love 15. 15-0. Fold, second service. Out, 30-15.
Come on. Move him up.
40-15.
That works too. Hey!
2 games all.
Alright. At some point, we gotta take a set off him if we want to win. But I'm quite pleased with how this is looking now. It's much better. Not gonna mess with his serves. They're all at like the highest settings they can be. His returns are working a lot better. I do think I want to lower the power on them, maybe to get them to drop to the net better. Try that out. Yeah, that affects it. I don't know if I want to mess with these right now. Rallies. Let's leave the rallies alone for now.
Love 15.
Oh yeah, this is working so much better.
Love 30.
Look at that.
4 second service. Love 40. 4 second service. 15-40. 30-40. Game. 3 games to 2.
Alright, so that was big, taking that set off him with it. Yeah, basically, that's really what this is. Like, you know, I figured out how to make it so that my guy will intentionally hit it closer to the net now. So that's actually helping me turn this game into my guy's favor. Because I knew going into it from the pre-game notes that he didn't like playing up on the net as much. So I'm forcing him to do that now. And it turned out well. We took a serving set off of him. Let's see if we can take the full set off him, win this first round.
40-40.
Oh boy.
Advantage.
Come on.
Game on first set.
Alright. We lost the first set. That's alright. We had the serve advantage anyways. To do more on his opponent's second serves and take control. Alright. So second serves. Let's try that. Looks like we were doing good, but yeah, out there in the first round.
40-15.
Now my player's just throwing it. He's become anxious where the other players become self-assured.
Out. 15 love. 4 second service. Out. 15
What I'm gonna want to do is talk at the end of the set. And so these down some on the keys. Burns. Ah, bless me.
Out. 15-30. 30 all.
Alright, so I'm putting him in front of the net and he's doing better now.
40-30.
As you can see, he's now pulling it off. something's
5 games to
changed
load.
there where that's no longer gonna switch it up. Straight.
40, 50, advantage. 30, 50, advantage. Advantage. 40, game, and set.
Still lost, but we did come back quite a bit in that second set after changing play. Just got beat by the little bit better player. But we got all the way to the finals in this match. He's fearful. Went from fearful to anxious. Cool. Still don't know what this stuff does. Yes, needs that while I'm playing a zombie game. Crap myself. I'm sorry. Alright. Overall tournament, well, came second place. Bad. Alright, so I am gonna call it there though. Let me see if I can try and remember how to save in this game. I think I couldn't remember how to leave the game last time. Yeah, because pressing escape doesn't do anything. And there's no clear, like, navigational thing for where you save. It's this right here, Tennis Manager. Over here, near the middle of the top bar, is the drop down with the save load settings menu. Why is that over here? Thanks, bud. It probably won't. But we're still short staffed. I'm still working 6 days a week. I almost got a second day off this week. And that would have been today. But I had a coworker that apparently thinks it's alright to not call out of work and not show up to work on time. They finally got a hold of him and he said something about being sick. But then when he finally showed up to work after they called me in because they weren't sure he was going to show up, he then told me it had something to do with the time change of the start of shift. But this Sunday shift has been a 9 a.m. start time for over a month. And he's on it every Sunday. So I don't know why the hell he would I'd buy that excuse from him. Yeah, it used to be like 10 or 11, now it's like 9. He didn't show up till 10:30. Like he was never going to show up on time. Yeah, it does do some auto saving. So as you can see here, so this is the last autosave. I don't know if it did the date that I'm on yet, though. On the 10th, or I'm on the 11th, so it's 1 day off. I think it does it by the week or something. That's a really weird location for the menu this game. I don't know why they wouldn't just put it over here instead of this one that just okay. And then instead of this one where if you press to the right it's moving your navigation top bar menus to the left. If you press to the left, it's moving them to the right. What? Have some thoughts. Sounds like a great time for random drug screening. That'll never happen though. Unless it's very obvious signs, they won't do that. They do drug testing when you're hired as part of the getting hired part. But I've been there for 4 years and they've never randomly drug screened anyone. I've even been accused of being on drugs. Like a supervisor had to call me over and they're like, "Yeah, somebody said your vehicle smells like weed." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me? It's the middle of summertime. I'm sweating my ass off. My car probably just smelled like my sweaty ass." Big trip to Colorado. I fully assume I'll be randomly screened. Well, that's not very random then, is it? No. Yes, it's a random drug screening. Okay, as a manufacturing company, we random screen. Okay. Yeah, the postal service doesn't care. Like, I know that several of the employees there do drugs. They're not very stealthy about it. About the fact that but yeah, no. That won't happen. They can't afford to fire anyone either. That's probably one of the biggest problems. Some of the employees just do some really stupid shit now, but they know they can get away with it. They can't afford to fire anyone. We're always short staffed. Always. Trying to like help the new guys so that they'll stick around this time. Funny story from someone in our office was from the mail. Okay, okay. Let's see where this is going. I might have to go. They wanted you to go to the post office to have them the floor for mail? That would never have happened. Oh, that's funny. All they would be able to do is walk over to where mail gets cased for the route that day and look to see if there's mail left in the case. If there's nothing in there, then there's no mail. Like anything else is mail still going through the system. If it's not the case, it's not considered deliverable. So it wouldn't even go to the customer at that point. That's pretty funny that got mad at you for not wanting to go to the office to try and pull that. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but like mail fails delivery all the time. It's always just it get through the system. A bunch of the mail gets sorted and gets given to the carrier, and they do their best to sort it by the address and get it to the right house. Problem is, there's a good amount of mail that comes through raw, and try and hand sort it. But if the clerks don't hand sort it to the route, or the carrier done sorting the rest of their mail, then that mail is not going to get delivered until the next day. Simply what it is. Haven't spoken. Wow, who was this? Like a boss of yours that wanted you to go do this, or just like some other employee? That's such a weird thing to off about too. I mean, it would have been just as effective for you all. Just told them, just call and ask the clerk to check the case for any mail left for this address. Other employee has it stuff. Oh gee. They're just an angry person. General. Yeah, in this game, hitting the escape button doesn't enter the menu. You have to find it and click on this button. And what's interesting is there is a leave this game and quit Task Manager 2021 button. I would assume leave this game would do the same thing as this, but I'm assuming that's actually just return to main menu type of thing. But that's bad wording for that. Already had to complain to their boss before because they were yelling at my. That sounds like that's just an employee different division, and that they just have a shit attitude towards everyone. From the sounds of it, that's annoying. All right, let's find out. Leave this game. Does it go to the main menu? Yes, it's a return to title screen. We want it. Quit the game. Are you sure? All right. This is another thing. This is quite unnecessary. Like, if I'm gonna hit this button in the middle top of the screen that has no other buttons near it, so it can't be an accident that you hit this button, pretty much guaranteed. And then go all the way down to the bottom and hit this button, which is quite the wrist action to get to. I don't need a confirmation that I'm trying to quit. Ah, man. Writing the review for this game is going to be interesting because I love the basis of this game. The concept of it's fantastic, all right? If this is actually what I believe it is to be, which is the basis for a franchise, and this first entry was just getting the back end fine-tuned, then this is very promising. Because the statistics, the analytics, all that stuff is very good. I've auto played through a full season, and it's good. It's the player interactions for the coaching staff, the simulated matches, like figuring out how some of the mechanics interact. That stuff needs detailing. The lack of music in the game is a serious issue for this game. The fact that that menu system is just jank as all hell. But it's good it's a good baseline for it being a sports management game. It just needs a lot of fine tuning. Yeah, they need a patch. It's just one of those things where if they continue to work on it, it can become a very good game. But if this is it, then no. If this is it, then it's shit. But like, this is a game like I would want to keep my eye on. I don't even know if it's still considered an early title. That's the important thing. Let me, because they sell it as a $40 game. Come on, my window. My other window. You don't. your review. Grabbing the wrong. All right. So yeah, like the way they title name it, like FIFA 2022. That's like a franchise, new FIFA game every year. So if there's gonna be a Tennis Manager 2022 and it's this game, but with some of those mechanics improved, then good. Then this was a good starting point. It wasn't a great game itself, but it made sense. Just entered infinity. Yeah, I know. But yeah, either they plan on patching this or they've already moved on and they're working on Tennis Manager 2022. But if they aren't, then then this is disappointing. It's one of those things where it's not really a great game in itself, but it's great for a first entry in series. I think like this is the only game the developers made. This is what it's about. Like it's Rebound Capital Games, Rebound and tennis thing. Yeah, the naming convention suggests, and it looks like Rebound CG creates games aimed at sports. So yeah, it doesn't. I would have to do some research on the developers' plans are for this game before I write the review, because I have to take that information into account when I discuss the full review of the game as it stands. But I feel like I've seen enough of the gameplay, the mechanics, to be able to do that. So next stream will probably not be this game. I'll probably move on to the next one that I need to write a review for. You want to pick for me, Noah? We got Shelter 2 or we got Warhammer Vermintide 2. So we got the second game in series. Two very different style games. Got the hack and slash game of Warhammer Vermintide, and we got the survival strategy game Shelter. These are all games that I've had since the fall that I need to get around to writing reviews for. I've played some of them. Yes, yeah. Warhammer Vermintide 2 is based in Warhammer universe. Pull up the page for it real quick so you can see. What the gameplay looks like. It's FPS style hack and slash team play. Typically, you go on to missions with up to 3 other players. You run through these missions on maps where you're just slaughtering hordes of creatures. You like survival games? Yes, Pico Park can be infuriating. Do you want to do this, or do you want to do or very much kind of like this War of Mine style survival game? It's a bunker, and you've got a map to explore, gather resources with your party, and try and survive crafting essentials for your base. Alrighty, we'll do Shelter 2 next. Yeah, I don't know when it will be. some night, sometime later this week, whenever I get a free hour or two. But I do hope you have a good rest of your night, Noble. Super Bowl's still going on. Go Bengals. Even though I haven't watched it in forever, and I don't know much about it. I was a Bengals fan as a kid growing up. Don't ask me why. That was just the team I was a fan of growing up. That's like the fact that I was a Colorado Avalanche fan kid growing up. Never lived in Colorado. I don't know why I wasn't. I was a huge Avalanche fan growing up. Back when I used to play hockey. Alrighty, buddy. Have a good night. Next time.